All right, what's up? We got an exciting episode. Beyond the Roll podcast. We back again.
Yes,
Let's go.
sir.
Let's go.
Let's get it, man.
We got Kwame, Lonzo, and we got the special guest right here. We got Roy in the house.
Bruce Leroy.
Leroy?
It was good.
Let's
Let's
go,
do
man.
it, my
Yeah.
guys.
Second
Feeling-
guest on our podcast. Thank you, Roy, for giving your time out here. Just wanted to congratulate you on your accomplishments. I know you just had a recent tournament. Just want to talk about your early life in BJJ and how you got into it, bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah.
I got into it. So back in 2019, I was doing the kickboxing thing, and I really wanted to transition into MMA. I had a couple smoker fights done, a couple point fights down, and I was gonna get into MMA, but COVID happened, and I couldn't. I would get fights. I would get ready. I'd be, I'd get in camps and get ready for fights, and they would get canceled with all the regulations in California. So, I probably like 3 times I had scheduled fights, and it just kept getting canceled. So, that kept me with the BJJ. So I just kept going from there. Yeah, it's been on since.
So where did you first hear about jiu-jitsu? I know, like, in the MMA realm, like, who really introduced you? Like, hey, man, you should probably try this out.
So funny story. So, I grew up here, from here. I moved out to Vegas in 2018. And, I grew up, the boxing, kickboxing, and playing basketball. So when I got to Vegas, I didn't have any friends out there. I moved out there for work, and it was hard for me to find somewhere to hoop.
Yeah.
So I was just looking, I saw a UFC on the, you drive on the freeway, you see the UFC, the UFC headquarters right there on the
gym.
freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vegas being the mecca of martial arts, you see a gym on every corner. So I was like, you know what? My ankles are kind of, glass now, just from, I'm from that era where, we play basketball
On the blacktop.
Yeah,
right,
the blacktop era where
knees get
you
torched.
get out of school and you're just hooping,
Right.
So I was like, my ankles are kind of glass. I need to like maybe I need to just stick with the martial arts. So I just typed in, I just Googled a gym, and I Googled like good gyms in the area, and the first one that popped up was Extreme Couture and One Fight Team. So I try it out. I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna write both of them down. I'm gonna try out one, and then I'm gonna try out Extreme. And right when I walked in the one Fight Team, it was welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like I was like, I think I tried out a kickboxing class. Since I was already kind of kickboxing, and I was like, I'm just gonna dab at this.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran with it from there, and I did a jiu-jitsu class. They have a really good team over there, so that's what really started me off. I was kind of thinking about fighting out there, because I was like, oh, I see all these guys training for a fight,
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it's motivation.
Right.
They have a really good team out there. Shout out to my boy Josh Quinlan. He's a welterweight in the UFC. My boy Marco Simmons, another good fighter out of there. So they really motivated me, and I was like, I was kind of pushing it, but I was like, I'm working too, new area. So I was like, I'm just gonna train, me being a grinder, playing ball and martial arts. I always been a grinder. So I see guys, going hard. I was going hard too, So even though the grappling wasn't really there, I was still dab at it,
Right.
My athleticism kept me alive.
It's a different mindset, really, to get in there. I mean, from hooping to fighting, it's a completely different mindset. What do you think what does it take for someone to get started? I know it's probably a lot of pressure to walk in a gym. You feel like maybe anxious because all these people know how to freaking kick ass, So what does it really take to hop in that realm of mixed martial arts?
It just just like any other sport, it just takes the will. It's a lot of guys that want to do it. It starts with dang, they're watching UFC or kickboxing or jiu-jitsu. They're just like, oh man, I think I could do that. And it's mainly the UFC that sets guys off. And
right.
I talk to kids these days, even at work. They're like, they see that I train jiu-jitsu, they're always like, there's some guys I work with right now, young cats, 24, 25. They're like, oh man, I want to get into it. I want to fight. Where do I start? I just had a guy ask me that at work the other day. I was like, bro, just show up to a gym, just,
Yeah, man.
It's a young man sport, bro. That's another reason why I'm in just jiu-jitsu right now. Cause I'm, being 35, it's too late for me to get in MMA, the whole COVID thing, I was already kind of, I was in my 30s, so I was kind of like, man, fights getting canceled. It's the jig's probably up, So the good thing about jiu-jitsu is, it feeds that fire. I could compete at guys my age. I compete with I'm not competing with a 22-year-old, or I'm fighting a 35-year-old, and he's probably like me, he has a wife, a full-time job. So that's the beauty of the sport. And so now that I compete, it feeds that fire, where I'm like, I'm cool off, kickboxing. I'm cool off of MMA,
Yeah, there's a lot of risk, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of risk. Getting punched in the face sucks, But, my brothers, we fought growing up, so, but the worst thing was getting punched by your big brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the main thing is, to show up. Martial arts is just one of those things you just got to show up. It's for everybody. Like our slogan, jiu-jitsu for everyone. Even MMA, man, it's a lot of MMA gyms is the discipline in it is welcoming, and the respect factor that you get in martial arts.
So that the martial arts really brought you towards jiu-jitsu, and you kind of just fell in love with the process of training. Like, how would you describe your early white belt days of trying to figure out what positions what, and evolving into like a good jiu-jitsu player like you are?
My early white belt days, it's funny because my early white belt days, I was a different person I am now. I think I play more of an old man game, sit back on my guard. My white belt days, I was just like, I don't know what to call it, spazzy, but it was, being a long African American, I got compared to John Jones a lot. Hey, every gym I'm at, I got the long arms. Everyone's like, John Jones, Bone Jones. Even in my gym in Vegas, some of the guys will call me that. But it was, my white belt game was kind of different. It was more, because I watch a lot of John Jones. I would always watch guys that were built like me, and then I think watching a lot of MMA, and then being in the MMA gym, it was very like takedown, like just go for it, go full. Maybe it wasn't me being a spazzy white belt.
Nah, there's a lot of energy. Though,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It worked though. I got a lot of takedowns, but as we grow in jiu-jitsu, we find our game. You get in your journey with jiu-jitsu, you really start finding your game. Like we all have it, whether it's off of body type or what we're good at. It's funny because like you'll learn. It's a puzzle. You'll learn like, oh, that didn't work. That's not my game, and you'll move on to something else. I feel like we all have a game. I say, by the time I hit blue belt, I kind of had a game. It changed drastically from my white belt days, But it's all about having that game and putting pieces together to the puzzle,
I feel that.
I have a question for you. Like, when you were in your white belt days, or like how long did it take you to finally like everything just start clicking, coming together? Because sometimes I feel like I'm coming in and it's like over and over again, and I'm sure I've made progress like within the year, but sometimes it feels like I'm just like nothing's really happening or something. You know what I mean? Did you ever have like a moment like that, like where you're kind of like, what the hell?
All the time, even like right now, I have, as I was rolling with Anthony earlier, I was sitting there like, man, he's shutting my legs down, like I'm a guard player. I'm long, lanky. So, it does work, this jiu-jitsu does work. Yeah, everyone has a game. It's just all about being patient. And one day, I think Anthony, or whether it's AJ or one of the coaches, they'll pull you to the side, or you just hear that magic word, hey, this is your game, this is going to work for you. Or you'll find a competitor, some of our GB guys, both of you are big strong guys. Orlando Orlando and or what's his name?
Sanchez.
Sanchez. His game, you know, he's a very strong guy, so he uses a very smash game, you know. It's that one moment you're gonna have that someone's gonna tell you, hey, you know, this is gonna work for you, and then you're probably gonna go to on our website and be like, oh, okay, this works. This is what Anthony or AJ is talking about. This is what's gonna work for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or this, there was a black belt that used to visit GB Paso named Beto, Professor Beto, and he, you know, the moment I found my game was when he told me, hey, spider guard, that's what's gonna work for you. And then Hoffa came along. He was like, Roy, climb your legs, guard, your legs, you're long, you know. So as you're going, you feel like nothing works, but I feel like we all have a game, we all have a purpose in the sport, you know. So you'll find your game. It'll be that magic word. One of your coaches or professors tells you, and you'll be like, oh, I'm running with it. I'm going on GB online. I'm going on YouTube and looking this guy up, this move up, because it's in my arsenal.
How have you found the work-life balance with jiu-jitsu? Like, how do you feel like that's been a process? I know you've been working, delivering, and, you know, trying to balance the passion with the work. I'm sure sometimes, some days you're tired from work and you don't even want to train. How do you get over that barrier?
Man, so that's a good question. It's hard. Like, my job, you know, it's long hours. So I try to really recover the night before, so that way I make it in here. You know, I get in here pretty early, 5:30 a.m. You know, with my work schedule, it's hard for me to make it to the afternoon classes. Mm-hmm. So with my physical job and the long hours, you know, really taking vitamins, really getting sleep and recovering, eating the right meals allows me to train, you know. So I really try to find the right diet mm-hmm. and stuff to get me in here, because it's not easy. It's not easy.
No, it's not. And you guys have kids. You guys have a family to take care of.
Yeah.
I know for me, even just in my relationship, I'm like spending my free time looking at jiu-jitsu videos, spending a lot of time just like, you know, dedicated to the sport. You know, you guys finding balance, I'm sure, is something, you know, that a lot of people could learn from. You know, other people just starting or people just trying to balance work. You know, you guys probably have some good advice for the people out there. And it's really, it's motivational, to be honest, because you guys got a lot on your plate and you guys still have the time to train on a consistent basis. And we really appreciate, you know, having some good teammates with us, you know.
Nah, man, most definitely. I appreciate you guys. It also helps me that I live like a block away.
Yeah, that's fine. That's funny.
So a lot of times, you know, when I don't want to make it, I just jump out of bed. You know, I'm just like, it's only 5 minutes away. I'm just gonna throw my gi on and get here.
That's what's up.
So that helps me a lot. You know, I got blessed that the school opened a block from my house. You know, with the whole transition with Paso in here, it helped me out big time.
What do you think makes a good teammate? You know, when it comes to like drilling or practicing, what do you look for a good training partner?
A good training partner.
Yeah.
A good training partner, matching your tempo. You know, really matching your tempo or asking you what you want to work on. You know, whether that's competing or just getting better at something in the gym. You know, that and allowing that person to work on that. You know, because your training partner in jiu-jitsu or in martial arts is huge. It's essential, especially, you know, you guys are about to compete. You know, me being a competitor, your training partner is huge, because going back to the early white belt days and finding your game, especially when you have a game, you got a game plan or a game, you're able to work on that, you know. And then that's the main thing. Just
matching the tempo, not going too crazy.
Yeah.
Just I've noticed, you know, giving your partner some time or some good reactions is also a really good way for the person to improve. You know, it's hard when every day is a freaking fight to the death and you're just trying to survive. You know, I think from what you said is like, you know, trying to put the pieces together, trying to see what works for you, trying to see, you know, how you could still come to training, keep your body right, and continue to come, you know, just for the long game, you know, because you want to come in as much as you can, get as much reps as you can, and that's what I've noticed. So I really appreciate you guys. You know, the guys who come in, they, you know, being a great teammate, you know, just doesn't help you, it helps them, and vice versa, you know. So
heck yeah,
I think
man.
that's dope, bro.
I appreciate you guys,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
We got a good thing.
I want to ask you, like, has jiu-jitsu like changed you, and like if so, like in what way? Like how were you like before as to now? Like if you go back, I guess, you know, how long has it been? Like about 4 or 5 years since jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5 years. Man, it's changed me, dramatically, bro. Like I'm a totally different person. You know, to just, you know, how I, you know, from confrontations, you know, whether I'm out playing ball or I'm just, you know, out with some friends, you know, it calmed me down a lot. Like, you know, now I try to walk away from stuff or de-escalate confrontations. It's worked. It's what it's made to do. It's worked with my life, you know. So, and it's got me far in life. You know, I climbed the ladder at work. You know, it was hard at first on my job. It was hard for me to be at the position I'm at right now. And when I noticed when I really started training martial arts, and you know, especially in Las Vegas, you know, that's when I started to really climb the ladder at work. Just because, you know, the grind, and you just got to be tough, you know. Sure. Jiu-jitsu, martial arts teaches you to be tough, and the people I was around, a lot of great martial artists, a lot of martial art minds. So now I look at this big picture in life. It's like, dude, like nothing. There's nothing I can't do. Yeah. You know, okay. It's like, you know, if I want that house, I want that car, I'm gonna work hard for it. You know, and I got now that I'm where I want to be at work, in my work life. It's a smooth. Life's smooth because of jiu-jitsu. Like, I got a testimony. Like, jiu-jitsu has helped me, like, you know, not just jiu-jitsu, martial arts, you know, it's helped me get where I'm at in life. It's crazy. That's why a lot of times I post stuff online to try to get people's attention, you know, like, hey, this is really working, you know? Yeah, like, for example, you know, rolling with Anthony today, he got the best of me. But, you know, what did I push forward? I was like, hey, you know, nice, good job, bro. Yeah, exactly. Let's now, you know, I keep pushing forward, you know. That's what we got to do in this world, you know. Especially in today's age, a lot of negative stuff going on. If we could block out the negative stuff, and if everyone could train in martial arts or jiu-jitsu and push forward, you know, that's the great thing about the sport, and the world would be a better place if we all train.
Yeah, dude. That's why we try to get this podcast, get people more attention to jiu-jitsu, man. There's a lot of things that you could learn and take out of, you know, the gym and apply it to other things. You get stressed out, you have a dude on top of you squishing your head, bro. You can't think of anything else. And, you know, taking that out and just trying to, like, being outside, like, say you're stuck in traffic, and you kind of have more, like, control of your emotional state. You're able to calm down, relax in more stressful situations. And I think that's something that we all could learn from. And the world would be a better place, you know, if we could, you know, translate that to the real world, you know. Yeah. So I think it's dope.
It's funny because I got something funny to say. Well, not funny, you know. So 2 weeks ago, you know, the president got shot. So I'm at IBJJF, right? This is how crazy jiu-jitsu is, bro. Everyone's just focused on fighting, right? We're all there, our match. My phone's blowing up. I'm just like, what the heck? After I'm done competing, I look at my phone, and I'm like, wow, like the president just got, the former president just got shot. Mm-hmm. But that's crazy, you know, because the whole gym didn't know, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, that just shows you what martial arts does. It kind of blocks the negative stuff going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's locked in over there, huh?
Everyone's locked in. No one's really, you know, only thing we're on our phone is music. So no one's looking at their, you know, Instagram. We're all, you know, probably sizing up our opponents and got, you know, playing music. So it was kind of funny because that probably happened, like, you know, while I was fighting, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it. And you didn't hear. Usually when something bad happens in the world, you hear about it. But because we're all so locked in, and about our match, then that's what blocked us out, But it's crazy. That's what martial arts does, You could come in this gym and have the worst day of your life, one of the worst days of your life. And I've had, I had a lot of stuff going on in my family, whether it's death and illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So I have trained days where, a family member has passed, and it made my day go a little smoother just because the stress relief, jiu-jitsu.
Right.
It
blocks out the noise.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying, man. And I've noticed that. And just like you could, like, I know Hoffa says it all the time, you get that out. You get that release when you're rolling with someone. You have like very high intensity. And then after the timer goes off, it's like you're chill. You're dapping everybody up. You're smiling, high fiving, everything's cool. So I do see your point where you just blocks out the noise, and it could kind of help you out when you're going through a rough patch. You feel me?
Yeah, most definitely.
I know you guys hooped. I know you guys like played basketball. How do you guys think that's translated into jiu-jitsu?
So, the athletic part of it, basketball is very a lateral moving sport, and you're constantly moving. And so it helps with jiu-jitsu because you're constantly, as if you're guarding somebody on the court, you're in jiu-jitsu, you got your opponent in front of you, you're following him, your hips are going where he's going. Mm-hmm. So the whole movement, it helps, The main thing it helps, jiu-jitsu helps in other sports too, because playing ball, a lot of basketball players, we try to act tough, someone dunks on somebody or hits a three in someone's face, you're gapping your mouth, and then it gets the other guy fired up or he's pushing you. Mm-hmm. I have gone through stuff on the court. I don't play as much as I would like,
mm-hmm.
And then with injuries with my ankle, I kind of stay away from basketball. I still play. If people hit me up playing leagues, I could give them 30 or something. Come on.
Okay.
If they need a spark off the bench.
Nice. Energy. That's cool.
But it's just helped me. I used to be a hothead on the court. Just because I'm from that era. Where it was like I did. I'm balling you up. I'm in your face. But now I know when I'm playing pretty good on the court. I stay calm, I don't really showboat or if I get into altercation, someone's roughing me up. Before I would battle back, but now I kind of just walk away, de-escalate and let my game do the talking.
That's right.
Yeah, it's hard to say like how it translates to basketball, but I agree with Roy. Like it'll help you stay calm because I'm like Roy too. Like if I block someone, I'm like, get that shit out of here. Like. I don't care. Even in the adult leagues, I was like that, dude. Like I would talk trash to people. I would try to make them get mad, and then I would try to make them push me, and then get the foul. That was like my game, dude.
Nice,
like,
dude.
I would just talk to him the whole time. But I think now, like he said, but then people try to come at you like that too, like talk trash to you. Sometimes they'll get inside your head, but. I think, like you said, jiu-jitsu will keep you calm, more relaxed, be able to deal with more things like in basketball. But to be honest with you, I think most basketball players can't really fight, man. Like at all, bro. I would say like high 90s, dude.
Sure.
Like they cannot fight, bro.
I think that's more likely to get in the situation. Basketball is like that's some of those. I've been at the park.
Yeah.
Lots of times where like bros just ready to swing on you just because you reach.
Yeah.
And they get pissed off
But I've never seen a good fight on a basketball court. Like I'm just being honest with you. And then I can't fight. I can't fight either, bro. Like I can't.
Now you can.
I mean now I can, but back in the day it was like I couldn't do shit. Like I was probably just throw some wild punches, but most of those fools can't fight. I think football players are tougher. To be honest with you, like those motherfuckers attack you down, but basketball players are. You've seen the NBA, bro. These fools. You've seen Shaq's punches, bro.
Oh man, yeah. Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe. He threw some funny.
No, he got rocked one time though.
Yeah. Who hit him? Ron Artest or?
Nah, I think it was from Bakersfield. I forgot
from
the
New York,
dude's name.
Childress or something.
Yeah, someone. Yeah,
Chris Childs or something.
I forgot his name.
I
But
don't know.
he did get Kobe with that. With the
Hey,
right.
there's
no.
one player that has hands though. Is Meta World Peace.
Hell
Right,
yeah.
hit you with that.
fool's- yeah, the elbow.
James Harden, bro. That was out of
Meta
pocket,
World
bro.
Peace, that's one guy you don't want to mess with, bro.
Meta World Peace. That's a crazy name, huh?
I
Yeah.
think
After
he'd
you
be good
change-
at jiu-jitsu, dude.
Oh hell yeah.
Meta world peace.
You probably
Imagine.
have crazy
he'll be
top
good.
pressure, bro.
Yeah. And then the Celtics coach, he trains at Gracie Baja.
Dang.
Oh, there's a Celtics player that also trains, right?
Really?
I
know
think
the
so.
coach.
He mentioned it. He was in the finals. He's like, I train jiu-jitsu, helps me when,
Oh,
when-
shit.
yeah,
Nice.
when I'm under pressure. I'm like, oh, that makes sense, bro.
Nice. I know their coach is a GB student.
I wish I would have heard about it sooner, to be honest. I wish I would have knew what jiu-jitsu was. I didn't even know until I was 22.
Damn.
Wow.
I didn't even know. Like, I had some friends, bro, hey, you should do jiu-jitsu. I'm like, is that martial art? And then, I signed up, and I'm like, bro, how did I not know about this, bro?
But hey, you're in it now, man.
You're in it,
It's
man.
never too late.
Yeah, dude, never too late.
It's for everyone.
Hey, well, let's talk about the name. How did you get Bruce Leroy?
Man, so it's funny how
I know it's a movie, but
It is a movie.
yeah.
It's a good movie too.
Yeah, good movie.
So it's funny because.
Oh, Roy, can you get the mic? Like,
Oh yeah.
There you go, there you
go.
So how I got the name Bruce Leroy, it's funny. So there's 3 reasons why that's my nickname. So of course, my grandma, having Chinese in her, so
Oh,
I have
dang.
a little bit of
Nice.
Chinese in me. And then from a young age, my mom put us in martial arts, it's karate. So she had a friend, he was a black belt. I forget what karate it was, but his name was Seafood. That's what his
Seafood?
Seafood. That's
Was
what
that a
his, that's
nickname?
what his that's his martial
okay.
arts name. That's what his dojo gave him.
Wow.
He was a very traditional karate guy.
Mm-hmm.
So just from our mom, I think she learned from him. So she taught me and my brothers karate at a young age, and I remember having lung chucks at a young age.
nice.
So yeah, basically, and I love we always loved martial arts. Me and my brothers, those fools, they do Jeet Kune Do. They still
Bruce Lee.
they're all into that.
Nice.
Right.
Boxing.
Window.
So I just, I ran with the name. I was like, man, my name's Roy. My
It's already
middle name's Lee.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't
Bruce Lee,
the
bro.
1.1% Chinese I have in me.
Just take-
So I just
That's fine.
ran with it for
Just
real.
take it.
You know,
Yeah,
I
That's a
love
fire name, dude.
I love
just
martial
fire.
arts.
Are you a fan of Bruce Lee as well?
Yeah, that's like my biggest idol.
Dude.
You know,
Dang.
I motivation, man. I read his
look
quote.
at this fool outside. Where is this fool going?
Bro's
Sorry,
on
side.
Yeah, he's on a sick
He's
one.
on a
Yeah.
sick one.
That's why we train martial arts.
Just
Gotta
thinking
watch
about-
out for
A
guys
little
like
off
that.
track there, but
Yeah, no, it's all right. But Bruce Lee, bro, I feel like, he's iconic, legendary, bro. Like,
Man, so ahead of his time. Like,
real.
yeah, big time.
he's that they call him the Godfather of martial arts. He's really the first mixed martial art person because he mixed everything
All
up.
styles,
I believe
dude.
His
that.
style has boxing, jiu-jitsu,
jiu-jitsu.
Wrestling.
wrestling, everything in it. So, that's why even they call him the Godfather of martial arts.
Mm.
And the UFC used him as their slogan for years. I think they still do. Dana White's a huge advocate for Bruce Lee.
He has like a quote on his wall at the gym or
Yeah.
something like that. I know it just feels like he's like such a an icon. Like a lot of people look up to him, even in his like movies. Kwame was looking at his movies the other day. I'm like, bro, those are so
Yeah,
sick.
just watch
Dude.
Enter the Dragon.
Hey.
Yesterday it was freaking awesome.
I
I hadn't
saw
seen
that.
it since I was a kid, and then I ran it back, and I saw it way differently. Let me tell you, man. After doing jiu-jitsu, like the arm bars and all that, like, man, I have so much more respect. And then also we're talking about the plot of the story was crazy. Like, basically, Bruce Lee sent in as some like secret agent to go take down Han. Han's like some like drug dealing dude slinging heroin. He's got a sex trafficking thing going on, and I was like, all these things I missed as a kid, man. It was just
That
it
is
was
a
it was
spy.
wild. He was a spy. They sent Bruce Lee in there. It was wild, bro.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
thought it was awesome, man.
Great movie.
He is
Got
a-
Kareem in there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He looked pretty sick with it too. I don't know the whole background on him, but
I think
I'm
he
not-
did martial arts.
It
as
looked like
well,
he
dude.
did. It looked legit. So
Yeah, that's a long ass leg to take
imagine,
a hit from.
dude.
Do you guys have any other martial art movie recommendations? I want to check out some. I know we got Bloodsport and stuff like that. Karate Kid.
Yeah, Bloodsport's pretty dope. Karate Kid, love that. San Fernando Valley right there. So
Yeah, there's some good ones, man. I gotta definitely start watching more martial art movies.
Yeah, off top, I can't really think of any right now.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtle. Hey,
The OG
Mortal
one.
Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter.
were you guys able to check out the UFC fights this last weekend?
Hell yeah,
Baddie
man.
the Baddie.
Yeah,
Yeah, freaking
some-
triangle and
Some
Bobby
good
Green, bro.
jiu-jitsu in there.
What you think of that, bro?
Shit was dope, man. I mean, slowly becoming a Paddy to Batty fan. Reminds me of McGregor. Yeah, the intro song was dope. Came out with the cone rolls. Looks a little funny, but I'm getting used to it. And he was just big, dude. He looked big, and he looked strong. And I'm a Bobby or King Green, whatever the hell he's going by now. Seen him on the Jackson podcast, getting high as hell in the pod.
I didn't see that one,
It
bro.
was hilarious, bro. And I was like, damn, is he taking fighting serious? Like, I'm not sure if he's fully locked in. And
He
then
do it for a long time.
he tried to shoot in. I don't know why he did that, but he tried to shoot in on Patty, and then slapped that triangle on
It
him.
was from a guillaine straight to a triangle. Got that leg over.
Man,
That was clean,
And he
man.
Yeah,
arm
dude, I was
barred him.
like, bro.
That was clean. But
Man, that was so good, dude. I was.
I was hyped. I
That's-
was like,
so-
now I'm looking. Whenever I see a fight, I'm looking for jiu-jitsu. I'm like,
same here.
I
man.
heard. Yeah, you're like, hopefully it's good jujitsu. That's like you always say. I was like, we'll see.
Yeah, dude, I'm always trying to. see
Sure
that.
was.
Yeah, now that we do jiu-jitsu, it's fun seeing good jiu-jitsu in the UFC, you know. I used to like hate on watching Khabib and all of them on the ground. But
Get
now
all
I'm,
mad,
dude.
now I'm
Yeah.
like going back to his old fights. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
man.
his control is insane.
It's funny you say that because when I went to Anaheim and I can't really recall which fights exactly, but whenever I went to the ground, I heard some people in the crowd just booing, and I'm just like, they were just drunk, and you
Yeah.
can tell they're casuals, and they're just
Yeah.
like, kick 'em, knock 'em out, just like we're like, damn man, some of these fans. But then like next to me, I heard other guys were like, take him down, swing the arm over. Like there's some, the IQ is crazy. Like throughout the crowd, it varies.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
so. But yeah, you definitely understand more
Yeah,
what's going on.
UFC fans are crazy, man.
They're
Most of them
nuts.
don't really know martial
Mhm.
arts. They just want to see someone get beat up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's like, and as
Yeah.
a fighter, now I'm like, dude, I just want to see some good martial arts, but I don't really want to see anyone get
right.
too hurt because I know what the damage could do to
Oh,
you.
yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
You know?
It get ugly, dude.
Like when Bobby Green was in that triangle armbar, part of me was like, dude, I hope the ref sees him that he's out, you know,
Mhm.
because
Doesn't
he could break his arm.
Wait.
The guy's out, he can't tap.
Can't tap.
So,
I
you know,
probably did.
Yeah, that's
and we-
messed up, bro.
you know, how many times have we been armbarred where we're like, oh,
Ooh,
imagine
man.
being
Too
knocked out,
close. Yeah.
you know?
Knocked out and you wake up in your arms.
I'm sure we all tested ourselves and, it was like, oh, I'm going to let him hold it a little longer, see how much I could take,
I've done that. Yeah.
Now I just tap because it's like, I got to go to work the next day.
For real. Were you guys able to check out that video where the dude got slept with a triangle and he broke his arm when he was asleep?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was insane.
Dang,
Yeah, have you
I
seen
haven't
that?
seen it,
We'll
uh-uh.
Probably, maybe if we can, I'll probably get the clip and I'll send it.
Now that's the scary thing, man.
That was terrifying, bro. The ref saw that. He was knocked out from a triangle, and he grabs the arm and he just snaps it while he's
Oh,
asleep.
man.
So he can't tap, he can't do anything. And the ref's just looking at him. I'm like, that's some no-gi jiu-jitsu. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
that is
that's
something
crazy.
you don't want to see.
It's a new fear unlocked, man. Because like
Fuck
I try to hold on to triangle. I get triangled. I try to hold out as long as I can. And one time I kind of saw like little stars, and then they let go. But I'm like, now I'm thinking like, damn, like what if I get put out and then armbarred, and then wake up like that? And it's like you said, you got to go to work, you got to drive. You gotta,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
that would suck.
That's
Yeah,
why.
man.
That's why good training partners are very important. you
Yeah,
know?
they're
That's
looking
true.
at you. You know.
It's okay. It's
But
okay
it-
to tap.
Yeah.
dude.
But in a match, you can't just let someone go. You know, he had to break his arm. Like,
Especially with this CJI, they're fighting for $1 million. I don't think anybody's gonna freaking tap, bro. They're gonna blow out a knee or something.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
not. But that's
It's gonna be
you got more,
wild.
the more you have on the line, the more you're gonna fight for everything you have to stay in there, and it's like, I don't know, it's gonna be crazy.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
what else we got
man.
going on?
It's the best thing I could tell anyone though, man, is keep training, don't give up. I see a lot of guys come in here and they, you don't see them again.
Yeah,
I seen so many guys
Yeah.
do jiu-jitsu and they're on a good pace, and they get discouraged. Just like, bro, you just started, you're just a white belt. Like,
It's that.
don't just give up just because you can't do something you saw on TV or YouTube.
Yeah.
yeah.
We see a lot of guys come and go.
Hell yeah. Big
but
time.
it's we gotta stop those numbers. We gotta somehow I think as a jiu-jitsu community, we gotta keep them in and not keep them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
What do you think gets them so discouraged from, still coming in? Yeah, I know you said earlier it was like the growth, like maybe it's the growth, they're not growing as fast, but like have you had to push past like those things as well to just keep on coming, and then passing certain things, like figuring something out after a while, like you feel like it just has to do with just showing up every day and it gets like boring or something, or like what do you think?
It's just showing up every day. Everyone, we all learn on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't really, I think I have like 4 stripes on my blue belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really start getting jiu-jitsu to about my 2nd or 3rd stripe. Like I didn't really like, oh, that's why we do that. Everyone learns different, you know?
True,
I just,
yeah.
I showed up and I did earn those stripes, but we all have, like it goes back to earlier, we all have a game. I didn't learn my game until recently, I didn't realize, oh, that's why. My professor Hoffa's telling me to do that, or that's why, Anthony or AJ is telling me to do that, or, that's why, because I'm, then you're like, oh, because my legs are long, or I'm long arms, or, it's just body types, and that's just something. It's just like any other sport or school,
Yeah.
because it is a school. We're
is a good
learning.
example for sure.
You gotta learn. You gotta crawl before you walk.
Crawl before you walk, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, I don't know, cause like sometimes I think about it. I'm like, dang, what am I doing? Like, should I be obsessed with this, or like, am I watching this too much? Am I doing this too much? And have you ever had any of those moments like you're like, dang, what am I doing? Like video games, man. Like you playing video games for like Pokemon, you know what I mean? Playing that for 6-8 hours. NBA 2K, whatever, man. Does that ever come across your mind? Like, damn, man, like, am I
doing too much?
Am I doing too much here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got like 5 GB shirts. I got, you know what I mean? Like, I got the tat. Like,
You're not doing too much.
I don't know.
You're never doing too much when something's positive. You could be doing too less. If something's positive, if it's keeping you away from doing bad things in life, if you want to buy 100 gis, 100 jiu-jitsu shirts, that's cool. It's better than buying 100 bottles of alcohol or 100 kilos of drugs,
Yeah.
So if it's positive, it's positive. Just like it's never too much of church, If Jesus is positive, that's cool. If you want to go to church every day, it's not hurting no one. It's only making you better as a person. Going to jiu-jitsu or, more jiu-jitsu, the better person you're going to be. The more martial arts, the better person you're going to be. The more sports and more basketball, the better person you're going to be, So,
I think that's some good advice, honestly, bro. Because I ask myself sometimes, like what Kwame said, spending a lot of time. But, you could be doing a lot worse things with your time. And, in jiu-jitsu, you could work on your health. You could work on your mind. And a lot of these people who do jiu-jitsu, they're really smart. They're very thoughtful. They think ahead. The more they train, you can really tell that they have a lot of experience and wisdom.
Just once you're hopping full into something, you're like, damn, am I going to have the Kwame BJJ in my Instagram tag? Is it too early? You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm enjoying the ride, man. But, yeah, you said you had that. You felt like that?
Yeah, dude. I feel like
early stage.
Yeah, dude. Just like finding a new hobby, a new passion. I was really into making beats. I was really into basketball. I was into golf for a little bit, and sometimes I would hyper obsess, and then I would change. I'm like, oh, I gotta focus on something else. But with jiu-jitsu, I'm seeing it like a relationship. Like I gotta make sure I'm not spending too much time. I still have time to have fun with different passions, but keeping that consistent. Like going to the gym. Like just going to the gym, you get in there, you walk in the door, you do your thing, you get out, you do other stuff. So I'm trying to work on the relationship, trying to take care of it, just so like you said, keep that fire there, and make sure I don't get burnt out too much, because I really want to try to focus in and try to get better, and trying to see where I could take it. So
that's dope. I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it was a great.
It was a great episode, man.
Thank you, Roy, for sharing the
thanks
knowledge.
for having me.
Yeah, dude,
Gotta have you on again soon.
Yeah, man. Hopefully we get some. Next time I'm on, I got a few more gold medals.
Hell yeah. Where I'm on the show.
Last question before we head out. Where do you want to take jiu-jitsu? With like where do you feel like is like a good goal to get to? Like something to look at and be like, I want to be able to do that. Like what's something that's like.
I want to be a world champion. That's my goal. You know, I mentioned it. My goal is to be a world champion, whether it's at, you know, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, or black belt. Or I want to be a multiple world champion.
Okay.
If I could be a world champion, that's when I know I have done my job in jiu-jitsu. Not that I'm done with jiu-jitsu, but I just want to keep learning, getting better, because I'm a student of the game, you know.
For sure.
But if I could, one day I'll be, hopefully, you know, not hopefully, I will be a world champion. That's the goal.
That's cool, man. That's very inspirational for everybody out there, you know, working that, you know, towards a goal, you know, keeping that dedication, and that's some real stuff right there, bro. Just yeah, thank you for once again for being on our podcast, second guest, bro. Super excited. The more episodes we get in, we'll start freaking locking in here, bro.
Yeah.
Just,
no, thanks for having me, man. It's been a pleasure. Anyone out there that's thinking about training jiu-jitsu, come in here, Gracie Baja, Atascadero.
Yes, sir.
Holla at these guys. They'll get you straight. This jiu-jitsu world, we're all in one, you know. So let's get you started. Let's get you on that journey.
Let's go. Trial class.
Hell
Leave a
yeah.
like, comment down below. Check out MRI Man on YouTube, Bruce Leroy on Instagram. And thank you guys for watching.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.